Hey, playa, we are now live. Welcome, everybody. For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh. Every single Monday through Friday, I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. And in this live stream, I'm going to be sharing 5 ways for you to not screw up your second chance with your crush. If you've had a chance with them in the past, maybe you like them, you asked them out, they rejected you, or you guys just weren't on the same page in the past, but now you feel like you are. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 things that you can do to make sure that the second time around, things go well and you don't screw it up. I'm super excited to share these points with you guys. I know this is something that you guys have wanted me to talk about for a while, and I'm happy to share it here in a live stream. So this is how basically the live streams work. I'm going to walk you guys through the points throughout the live stream. In the process, I'm going to be jumping into the chat, answering questions. I'm going to be sharing different chat polls with you guys. So every time I ask a specific question, I want the chat to jump in. I want to hear you guys answer. I'm going to read off your answers. I'm going to kind of get a vibe as to where you guys stand in relation to the point that I share. Now, if you can't stay for the whole live stream, or you want to just watch it later, I'm going to be putting the timestamps in as the pinned comment at the end, so you can always just jump in probably later today or in the evening or tomorrow morning or whatever it may be. You can jump in, you can see the very specific things that I talk about. I'm going to timestamp each point and each question that I answer. Now, as you guys ask questions in the chat, if you have a burning question, a question you need my advice on, like you just need me to stop what I'm doing, you just need to hear what I have to say about your situation, you can always use the super chat function. That's what that's there for in my live streams. I use that as kind of a red flag that you guys hold up and say, hey, I need help. So if you have a question, you can always use the super chat function. Click it's a little $ down next to the chat there. I want to jump in and say hi to all the people that are here in the chat. I know a bunch of you guys were here early, so I want to give shout outs to those people first. Shout outs especially to Dono the Gamer and Hamish K, 2 of our channel members here. If you guys want to be a channel member, all you got to do is click the little join button. You'll get use of specific little emojis. You'll get a little icon next to your name, like they have the sunglasses that says new, because they're new channel members. So welcome, guys. To everyone else, Paulie the Goat, Dominus Gutter, Emma Peterson, Samurai X, Phoenix, Victor Humphreys, Red Lightning Arby, what's up, man? Emmanuel Pimentel, Jordan the Kiddo, what's up? Corey Mangan, Last Cheetah, Sam the Man, Milavolfa Official, Dominus Gutter, Ash is Trash, Spear Tyson, YG Muhammad Ahmed. What is up, everyone that's in here? I'm just looking through what some of you guys are saying here. I'm excited to share these points with you, and I'm really curious to hear what your guys' situations are. I know that every second opportunity you have for every person is different. No two people have the same second opportunity. For some of you guys, it might be a matter of, you tried dating in the past and, like things just didn't work out. But now that you feel like you're a little more older and wiser, it's possible that you can make a relationship work. Or maybe you asked out your crush and they just flat out rejected you. They told you no, they don't like you, they're not interested. But now time has passed. You feel like you've matured a bit and you want to try again. Either way, I'm going to tackle these points, share the things that you need to start doing. So first, I want to jump into the very first point here, and then we can kind of jump into other things as well. The very first thing you're going to want to focus on doing is developing your own personal growth from based on where you were last to where you are now. So think about it like this. Your personal growth is a journey that you're on. It's a journey that you're taking, and every single day gives you a new opportunity to learn something new, to grow, to adapt, to kind of change your ways and your behaviors from the past. Now, think about the first time that you had a chance with your crush, or the first time you asked them out. What were you like? Were you a little bit more playful, a little bit more, more of a class clown? Maybe you were more nervous or anxious. All these different feelings can kind of creep up, especially when you ask out your crush. And if you've asked them out in the past, it's possible that you might have felt those things as well. Now, if you did feel those things, it's okay. The whole point here isn't to say, oh, you're not at the stage that you want to be, therefore you're not good enough or you shouldn't try again. The whole point is to recognize how far you've come and how much you've grown. So talking about the last time you asked out your crush, and I want to jump into a chat poll here. I want to get your guys' answer. The very first time you've asked out your crush or talked to your crush, were you nervous in that process, or did you kind of screw it up? I want to get your guys' answer in here. So jump into the chat with either a yes, a thumbs up, or a no, thumbs down. Let me know. The first time you tried to talk to your crush, did you kind of feel nervous and potentially screw it up? I know for me, I've done that tons of times. In the past with girls that I liked, I've always been scared to approach them or to talk to them or to be honest with them and be comfortable just being myself. It's always been something I struggled with growing up. And I know for a lot of you guys, you run into situations like that as well. So I want to jump in here and see what some of you guys are saying. Viewed this, gave a thumbs up. Fluid says no, he doesn't have a problem with it. Hamish put the little emoji that says yes. Dominus Scudder says thumbs up. Victor, thumbs down. Last Sheeta, lots of thumbs up. Morris O'Neill, thumbs down. Benji Leon Ginger says, oh yeah, I was nervous. Mario's says nervous. Super Kid, hey, what's up, man? We haven't talked in real life. Okay. Samurai, I have a question. Sure, Samurai, what's up? Gamer Bew says, screwed it up. Nigel Williams says, yes. Mohammed says, yep, I did it a lot, Josh. Phoenix says, I was nervous, but I didn't act nervous at all. Okay, so you kind of kept yourself composed, even though deep down you might have felt nervous. Level 99 Comrade says, nervous, to be honest. Michael Pro says yes. Spear Tyson says yes. So it seems like the majority of you guys feel like nervousness played a huge factor in your initial approach in talking to your crush, right? I don't blame you. It's something that happens. But going to this first point here, you want to focus on how much you're growing and what your personal development journey looks like. So I think it's important here is that you have to ask yourself this. If you're ready to ask out your crush again, if you want a second chance with them, do you feel like you personally have grown from the time that you first asked them out? If the answer is no, then asking them out now might not be the right time to do it. You may want to first work on your own personal development. So what does that mean? What does it mean to work on your own personal development, to kind of improve on yourself? For me, a big part of that is focusing on your hobbies and your interests, doing things that you love doing things that you're passionate about. If you dedicate your time to things that you enjoy, it becomes so much easier to just be one and fluid with what you're doing so that you're living more in the moment and not living in your head. So here's an example of that. I love making YouTube videos, right? I love talking and sharing my ideas and just putting that out there. When I'm making YouTube videos and I'm kind of working on this, I'm not in my head. I'm not overthinking things like, oh, are people going to like it? Are they not going to like it? Is it going to do well? I'm just thinking to myself, I want to create something meaningful. I want to create something that's going to be helpful to other people. And I'm totally immersed in that moment, in that experience of creating something that I know is going to be helpful. So I think for you guys, if you can focus and identify something that you really, really enjoy doing, it'll allow you to kind of be present in that moment. And as you do that more, it'll be easier to develop a sense of confidence for who you are. So when you do eventually approach your crush, you have a better sense of who you are, the things that you like, the things that you don't like, what you want to do. And it becomes that much easier to talk to your crush because you won't find yourself conforming to try to fit what they want. You'll be able to just put yourself out there as you are. Now I'm curious. I want to know what you guys have to say on this. I mean, we'll do a quick chat poll here again. What are some of your hobbies and interests? What are some of the things you guys like to do for fun? I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say because I know it's such a wide variety of people in here and with different experiences and different thoughts and feelings. So I want to know, what are some of your hobbies, guys? Leave it in the chat here. I'm going to jump into chat and see what some of you guys are saying here. Cijar Asalamapur says, I got to the point where my crush even talked to me with her phone. So I made a mistake and went through her phone history. That's a big mistake. Classmates saw something embarrassing and made fun of her. I messed up big time. Yeah, man, I hear you on that. It's like it's a total violation to go through someone's phone, man. It's just can be totally invasive and can make them feel so insecure about that. So let's see what some of you guys are saying here. Donna the Gamer says, I really wish that I could focus all my time to work on my comic book, but society has made college such a big priority. I hear you on that, man. Sometimes it's difficult to balance your, the things that you want to do with the things that you feel like you have to do, college versus your passion. Totally get where you're coming from. All right, so let's see what some of you guys are saying. Mario's is saying art and backpacking. That's really cool. Victor Humphreys says, I enjoy reading, writing, and debate. Victor, you need to join the Discord because there's a lot of debates and conversations that go on in there. If you want to join my Discord, it's just the joshspeaks.com/Discord to go join that. Matthew says, I love playing the piano. I posted videos on it. People started talking to me about it at school. That's awesome, Matthew. Have you sent me your channel? Send me your channel if you haven't already. I want to check it out. Sans Skeleton says, I like to do research about astronomy on my free time. That's pretty cool. Emma Peterson, I love to write music and I love dancing. Awesome, awesome. Ash is trash, diecast collector, cool. Corey Mangan says, I do really like soccer. That's awesome, man. Shadow King, anime and weightlifting. That's a good combo there. YG Mohammed, I like to play football every Saturday. Justin Perez, I do Kati dancer. I think it's Kati, right? Is that the right pronunciation? Gamer Abuse says rugby, football, and I'm bisexual. Okay, cool. Rawson Yonda says, I like working on cars. Oops. Rawson says, I like working on cars and vehicles, anything outdoors. Justin's, I do Latin dancing. Morris O'Neill says, school has made me grow in a negative way. Oh, my phone heard me say something and it started searching. MDH Game says bananas. Okay, so you guys have a huge wide variety of things that you guys like to do, which is awesome. So just to kind of bring home that first point here, when I talk about focusing on your personal growth and development and comparing that to where you last were, if you want that second chance to work with your crush, you need to be able to distinguish for yourself how you've grown from where you were. So you really want to be a person who's come into their element where they're focusing on the things that they like to do. The worst thing that you could ever present to your crush is a person who doesn't know what they want to do. They don't have a passion. They don't have a drive. You're maybe someone with feelings, but you have no direction. So your crush is definitely going to want to see that you have direction this time around. If you want that second chance to work, you need to start developing that direction. Last Cheetah says, wait, who else here is bisexual? LGBT community unite. Yeah, Last Cheetah. So someone's like, there's a Discord. Who is it? Mario says there's a Discord. Yep, there's a Discord. We have an LGBT board on there. We have a board on animals, a board on venting, a board on debate, a whole bunch of fun boards on there. You guys should definitely join the Discord. It's a lot of fun. If someone has it, just type out the Discord link in here so that they could just share it out. But it's really cool. So that's kind of the first point I really want you guys to spend some time thinking about. I want to jump into the second point here because then I'm going to do another chat poll. I want to hear what you guys have to say. But if you haven't already hit the thumbs up on this video, if you think this is going to be helpful for you in some way, I know a lot of you guys want to make things work with your crush and, maybe you've tried the first time it didn't work out and you're hoping the second time around it can. So the second thing that you're going to need to focus on when it comes to not screwing up your second chance with your crush, I tried to say that all without yawning, is you don't want to harp on the past or expect an explanation for the past up front. So here's what I mean by that. When you're talking to your crush, when you're interacting with them, if they've rejected you in the past, you may not know why. You may not have a clear answer from them as to why they did it. Maybe they just said they didn't like you, but that wasn't clear enough for you. You didn't really know what it is about yourself that they didn't like or why things just didn't work out or pan out the way that you want. One mistake that a lot of people make is that they interact with their crush the second time around with a sense of resentment. There's a bit of annoyance and anger at the fact that things didn't work out before. And they may bring that up in conversation. You may say to your crush, or whether it's a guy or girl here, you might say to them, hey, what happened last time? Why did you stop responding to my message? Or why did you cancel on our date? Or why don't you like me? Asking these questions might make you feel like you're going to get the answer you want, but the truth of the matter is that your crush is not going to outright say to you that they don't like you because they don't want to look like a jerk, right? They don't want to look mean. So they're not going to outright say, I'm not attracted to you. But so instead, they're going to give you kind of a runaround. Oh, I was busy. Oh, I forgot about it. They're going to tell you something else. I think it's better to not harp on the past, to not harp on the reason why things didn't work out in the past. Because like I said, if you're focusing on developing yourself, you're coming in with a new perspective and a new mindset. This is a new you that you're presenting, not the old you. The old you was the one that they didn't like. The old you was the one that they weren't attracted to or didn't see confidence in or just didn't know anything about. The new you is the one that they're going to be willing to get to know because the new you is going to bring so much more to the table. So if you find yourself in a position where you are angry or annoyed that things haven't worked out with your crush, try to put those feelings at bay and recognize that bringing them up or confronting your crush about it isn't going to make it easier or give you the answer you're looking for. So this is the chat poll I want to jump in and ask you guys here. I want to know, guys, Do you hold a little bit of annoyance or anger towards your crush because things just aren't working out with them? Be honest here. It's okay to say yes. It's okay to say no. Like I said, use the thumbs up or thumbs down emojis. Type yes or type no. Just share what you guys think in here. And I'm curious to see what you guys are saying. So Super Kid asks, "What's brother zoned?" That's a good point. I saw a few people had mentioned brother zoned. So to get brother zoned means that your crush only sees you like a brother, right? So the same way that if your crush has a brother, it's like, oh, that's my brother. I can joke with them. I can have fun with them, but I don't see them in a sexual way at all. To get brother zoned means that your crush feels like they can kind of interact with you and in this playful, fun way, but they have no intention of any kind of relationship with you at all. Okay, so a few of you guys are chiming in here. Donna the gamer says no, no kind of anger or annoyance with the crush with this crush. Yasin Yanda says, yep, kind of annoyed. Super Kids, no, I don't, but we can't talk in real life. I'm very nervous and she's always around her protective friends. What can I do? I'm too scared to approach her because I stutter and blush near her. Super Kid, I'm gonna offer some one-on-one advice because you're such an active part of the community. I'll shoot you a DM and I'll kind of give you a real breakdown for that. DM over on Instagram there. Level 99 Comrade says nope. Emma Peterson says no, not really. Michael Pro says no. Hamish says yes. Dylan Fortnite says kinda. Corey says no, I'm trying to get closer to her. Red Lightning says I don't have a effing crush and I hate my life. Arby, try to cool it with the language, man. I understand you're upset, but Sonic Mania Plus Force says yes, I've gotten angry at my previous crush before. Phoenix says yep, I think we're both kind of a little bit mad at each other. Spear Tyson says I swear I'm not the only one who likes her. I need to swoop in first. Spear, absolutely. If other people like your crush and you're kind of in that zone where it's like your crush is just waiting for someone to ask them out, you need to be the first one to do that. Victor gave us thumbs up. Waffle says, nah. Level 99 Commerce says, in Alabama, the brother zone means something completely different. Oh, really? That's interesting. So I'm curious now. Level 99. In Alabama, what does the brother zone mean? Because to me, that's what I've always taken the brother zone to mean. But Ash's Trash says no. Matthew Chaplin says, yeah, it's not annoyance, but it's a strange feeling I'm not familiar with. I hear you on that. So yeah, so a few of you guys said yes. The majority seems like you said no. Maybe annoyance isn't the right word here. I'm not sure what it would be, but there's some kind of feeling that's sitting with you, and it's making you feel uncomfortable. And it's uncomfortable because you just don't know why things aren't working out with you and your crush. And you don't have the answers that you're looking for. So I hear where you guys are coming from on that. But like I said, it's an incestual joke. All right, so then, oh, okay. All right, so listen, you're going on a whole different level there, level 99, comrade. All right, so like I was saying, it's like try your best to not focus so much on trying to get that answer from your crush, because what you really want to do is focus on moving forward. And the only way you're going to move forward is to not harp on the past. That's something a lot of people tend to do, and it can screw up. It can totally ruin your second chance with your crush, and I don't want you guys to make that mistake. Dominus says, Josh, what state you at? Just want to know. I'm from New York, guys, in case any of you guys are curious. Corey Mangan says, Josh, are you behind on Insta DMs? I'm always behind, Corey. I tried last weekend to answer my DMs. I spent about 2 hours going through. I answered people all the way from the current time to about 6 weeks back, I think was the last DM that I answered. I haven't even got to the request folder. I think there's about 80 or 90 requests in there. Those are all new DMs that I've gotten from new people that I've never responded to before. So I got to get through that. On Snapchat, I'm totally lost on DMs, but Arby, Red Lightning here. No spamming, man. Like, cool down a bit. I understand you're upset, man. I get it. So I'm going to jump into the next point here, guys. The next way that you can make sure you don't screw things up with your crush is you want to be confident when you interact with them, and you want to show them how much you've grown and changed. So first we talked about focusing on yourself, spending time thinking about the things that you want to do to develop yourself, right? Then we talked about not being resentful towards your crush or being annoyed with them. And now we're talking about putting that confidence on display. So when it comes to interacting with your crush, a lot of times what a lot of people tend to do is they may feel confident. They may feel like, yeah, I know what I want to do. I know what I like. But they still run into that wall whenever they talk to their crush. They still get afraid. They still feel nervous. And they're not putting that confidence on display. If this is your second time around talking to your crush or trying to get with them, then your crush really, really needs to see that you're a confident person. And the best way to show them that you're a confident person here, and I'm curious, before I answer that, I want to ask you guys a specific question. This is another chat poll we'll jump into here, guys. Do you feel like you act confident around your crush? This is a real question. I want to get your guys' answers. So every single person that's watching the live stream, quickly type a yes or a no in the chat. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Do you feel like you can be confident in interacting with your crush? I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Donna the Gamer says yes and no. Okay, depends on the situation, I guess. Killjoy says no, I don't. The Ghost says yes. Dominus Gutter says yes. They think so. Hamish says no. Killjoy sometimes. King of Brawl, my honest answer is no. Corey Mangan says around my crush, I'm usually nervous and quiet. Waffle says I would think so, but I'm not completely sure. Ellie says yes. Level 99 Comrade, yeah, I have to. Spear Tyson, but yes, but I try not to be overconfident. That's a good move. Good point there. Adam says yes. Matthew Chaplin, yes, I think I'm confident enough, but that's it. MDH Game says no. Michael Pro says no, I'm very shy. Donna the Gamer says actually, I would say yes. Okay, so it's leaning more towards yes. Junior says yes, I'm always confident. Ash is trash, hell yeah. Dylan Fortnite says thumbs down. Emma Peterson says, I tried to be confident, but it's hard. I hear you on that, Emma. Vincent or Vicent Armis says yes. The Goss says, she's not into me. I don't know why. Subukit says, never spoke to her, but I see her talking with other boys. She says I'm the closest, but I still get very jealous seeing her talk with them. I hear you on that, man. I'm going to do more videos on jealousy coming up soon, so stay tuned. Red Lightning says, hell no. Okay. Apex Dylan Fortnite says I meant thumbs up. Okay, cool. Last sheet says my ex crush I'm more confident on. I was a mess when I still like them. Yeah, I hear you on that, guys. So moving forward here on that point, it seems like there's a few of you that do feel confident, a few of you that don't. It's weird lighting, man. It keeps creating these like lines on my shirt and stuff. Anyway, so some of you guys feel confident, some of you don't. So if you feel confident, if you feel like I'm ready to talk to my crush, I'm ready to flirt with them, I'm ready to ask them out, then I would say you're ready. You're ready to have your second chance with your crush, to try to make things work again. If you don't feel like you're confident, if you feel like you're struggling, you don't really know, where you stand when you interact with them, you're just as nervous now as you was the last time you did it, then you may not be ready yet. You may want to take a step back and reevaluate things. So I'm curious to hear, guys. I want to hear some of your questions here. What are some of the challenges for those of you that, sorry, I got the hiccups now. For those of you that said you're confident, for those of you that said that you weren't, what's your current situation with your crush? If you can kind of just give a very, very brief summary, letting you know what's your current situation. Do you guys talk regularly? Do you guys never interact with each other? Did you do something that kind of weirded them out and they never want to talk to you again? I really want to know what your guys' crush situation is, because when we talk about having a second chance with them, it's important to understand the context and whether or not you can. It's important to know whether or not you can actually make that work, or if you've kind of ruined it to the point where you should let it be. Dominus Gutter says, my question is it good to use dating apps? I don't see a problem with dating apps. I know a lot of people that do use them. So sorry about that, guys. Red Lightning says, all my friends have relationships and then make fun of me that I don't have relationships. I hear you on that, Arby. I think sometimes it's like to be the last one to have a relationship is always something that people are going to poke fun at you for. But like I said, it's better to have a quality relationship than just a relationship. You want to be with someone that you can really have fun with and enjoy spending time with, and not just to have someone just to say you have someone. Because trust me, you're going to run into a bigger headache if you're just with someone just to have a boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay, Waffle says, we're friends, but not really regularly. Okay, Waffle. So in that situation, what you may want to focus on doing is just working on building a deeper connection with her or him. You want to spend that time kind of learning more about them, talking to them more, maybe talking to them when they're around their friends, just to show face more so that they get closer to you in that process. Spear says, I can't speak to girls I like. So Spear, in your situation, it sounds to me like you may want to focus on practicing talking to girls that maybe you're less intimidated by, right? A lot of times we only think about, sorry, I ate oatmeal right before I did the live stream, so every time I do that, I always yawn. Okay, so you may want to focus more on talking to girls that you're less intimidated by. We always focus too much on talking to our crush, and then we think like, oh, well, I can't talk to my crush. I'm just a failure. But take small steps. Maybe focus on just making friends with other people and get into the habit of making friends. That might be easier, and then you can work up towards your crush. Um, Okay, I'm gonna just kind of pick and choose a few here. If you guys have any specific crush situations that you want me to directly look at, you can always use the super chat function. But because there's a lot, I want to kind of make sure we're working good on time here. But I'm gonna grab a few here. Slayer says, Josh, I'm gonna be a senior next year and want to make more of high school than I have. How can I step out of my comfort zone more and make new friends before the summer? Thinking of joining football next year. So Slayer, joining football is a great way to do that. Football is a great sport to kind of bond with other people over. I think that if you want to make your senior year count, what you're going to really want to focus on doing is kind of stepping out of your element, which is maybe shy and nervousness or just more timidness. And you're going to want to be a little bit bolder. Be bolder in who you talk to and how you talk to them. Share your opinions, share your thoughts on things. I think a lot of times people are afraid to be honest and to just insert themselves into a conversation because they're afraid other people are going to judge them or look at them weirdly. But a lot of times when you insert yourself into the conversation and you bring something of value, meaning you make people laugh or they're interested in what you have to say or you're just a fun person to be around, they're not going to sit there and think, why is this person talking to us? They're going to think, oh, this person's pretty cool. And that's the kind of vibe and the focus, the mentality you want when going into these situations. MDH Gamer says, creep them out and we never spoke. Never have, really, and never will. Hopefully not. So MDH Gamer, in your situation, it might just be better to not focus on a second chance with your crush. You may want to just steer clear of that and just start new with new people. Donna the Gamer says, I don't talk to my crush because we're at a high school and she's at Ball State University, Indiana. Yeah, I hear you on that, Dono. I think that I think in your situation, because they're kind of far away from you, it's best to kind of focus on other people. Now, if you guys are in the same area again, or it's possible for you to start a new relationship, well then, yeah, I think in that situation, then it probably makes the most sense to think about your second chance. But for now, it's probably better to put that on the back burner to focus on different people. Let's see. Edgar Vasquez says, I try to be confident. She sits behind me in class. I hear you on that, Edgar. I think that it's scary sometimes to talk to someone that's in your class, especially if they're right behind you. You may not know what to say or how to start a conversation. Luckily, because you guys are in class together, you might be able to easily just jump in and turn around and talk about school, talk about what's going on in class. That might be an easy way to segue into a conversation. Hamish says, me and my crush haven't spoken in a good 10 years now. I'm looking for someone new in the countryside where I live. I hear you on that, Hamish. So it sounds to me like a second chance with a previous crush is not even what you're focused on. Maybe you're focused on new people. Just like you said, you're looking for someone new in the countryside where you live. I think that's a good strategy, man. I think that because your location is different and you're in a new place, new mindset, new vibe, it's important to focus on, new people and new experiences. Sometimes we get so hung up on people of our past and wanting to get with people from our past, but it's sometimes so much better, so much more therapeutic to just move forward. Gamer Buse says, Josh, it's really hard to ask out a lad because I'm bi and nobody accepts. Could you give me some advice on asking out a lad for a lad? Yeah, Gamer Buse, I hear where you're coming from on that. So it can be tough sometimes if you're someone who's bisexual and you're in a situation where you like guys and you like girls and you want to ask out a guy, but maybe that isn't the norm where you are, right? The norm of people being okay with that. Maybe there's still areas, there are tons of areas. I'd say the majority of areas where people feel uncomfortable or they feel like their masculinity is being challenged if they've been asked out by a guy. This happens quite frequently, I think. And I think if you're someone that's bisexual, there might be a little hesitancy in wanting to approach a guy, even if you do like him, because you don't know how he's going to react. It isn't going to be as simple as, oh, no, thank you, I'm not interested. It might be a million things. He might get upset. He might spread rumors. A lot of things can happen. So I think when it comes to actually approaching a guy and asking them out, you may want to, I think the journey is going to be a little bit longer in the beginning of getting to know them better and getting to see how they respond. Now, one thing I would suggest is before you even go to ask them out, you definitely want to try flirting with them. See how they respond to that. Maybe kind of tease them a bit. Talk about Talk about dating other guys, or talk about, like being in relationships with other guys, and then ask them what they think about that. If they share their opinion and it's in alignment with what you're looking for, keep pursuing them. If it's not, then the sad thing is you might just have to kind of move on from that. So last Sheeta said, I'm going to check up on the Discord server. I'll be back. Disappears in a puff of blue smoke. So yeah, I want to jump back in here and see what some of you guys are saying. But yeah, like I said, to that third point that I mentioned, which is all about being confident, showing them how much you've grown and changed. This is a key piece, guys. I'd say this is probably one of the most important pieces, because you can work on yourself all day long and forever, but until you put that on display for your crush to see, it's not going to go anywhere. You're not going to lead into anything with them. So you're definitely going to want to focus on building yourself up, but then also putting yourself out there. Hamish says, Josh, got to go to bed now. We'll be back for the live stream. All right, Hamish, catch you in a bit. Spear Tyson says, do you think I should start doing other things like football to create a strong bond? Spear, I think that sports is a good way to create a bond with other people, especially if you don't have a lot of outlets for friends, you don't know a lot of people. Joining a sports team is kind of like an instant kind of family bond that you're building with other people, because you're playing sport with them, you're working together. Ellie A says, Josh, my crush is mean to me and I don't like him anymore. And I want to be mean. I want to be mean too. I know it's a weird question, but how can I be mean to him? Like, do I ignore him or what? That's a good point. It's a good point, Ellie. I think that if he's being mean to you, I totally understand and get where you're coming from when it comes to wanting to be mean back. But I think the more important question you have to ask yourself is that, what do you hope to accomplish in being mean back? Because if you're hoping that he's mean to you, and by being mean back to him, he's going to change his perception and go, oh my God, she's mean to me, I like her more. Most likely that's not going to happen, right? That's what we may hope for, but it's most likely not going to happen. Now, if you're being mean back just because you're angry with him and you're frustrated and you want to take that emotion out, you have to ask yourself, what is it going to lead to, right? So my advice wouldn't be so much to be mean back, but if you want to distance yourself from him, that's probably the best thing that you can do. If you feel like he's just not being nice to you, or he's being rude, or he's just ignoring you, I would focus on talking to other people. That's probably the best thing that you can do in that situation. If you want to get at someone or whatever that may be, is to kind of let them be, focus on other people. Sorry, I'm just reading some of the chat here. So Josh R, nice name, Josh, says, Crush seems to be interested in dating, but we're trying to get to know each other more. Just texted her. Fingers crossed, man. Hey, good luck with that. I hope everything works out. So, all right, I want to jump into the fourth point here, and I'm kind of moving them a little quickly because I do want to spend a little bit more time in the end answering your guys' questions. But the fourth thing that you're going to want to focus on here to not screw up a second chance with your crush is, like I said, you're putting your confidence on display. So the next logical step is you want to start leading them in the direction of going out on a date with you. This is something a lot of people don't do. So it's one thing to work on yourself. It's another thing to flirt. It's another thing to ask that person out, right? You can flex all day long and show them how cool you are and how confident you are, but I think the most important thing for you to do is to follow through on what you want. So if in the beginning you didn't ask out your crush because you were too nervous, or you were scared, and that got the best of you, but now you feel confident, you feel ready, you feel a little bit more secure with yourself, well, then now is the time to do it. Now is the time to actually ask them out. Don't be afraid to ask them out to go to the movies. Look, Avengers Endgame tickets are on sale. Go ask them to go see Avengers with you. you know, don't be afraid to ask them to hang out one day after school and to go get food together. Don't be afraid to kind of tell them that you think that they're cute and that you want to get to know them better. The confident you has to be able to stick to these things, the things that they want with their crush. And if you're more focused on being afraid as to what's going to happen, well, then it's not going to end up working out for you. Uh-oh, I'm lagging. Last Sheeta says I'm lagging a bit. That pause, though. I wonder what it paused on. I don't even know. But I do want to also share this with you guys too. So as I feel like this could be one of my last live streams. I feel like I've outgrown Josh's advice now. Lord of Luxury, hey, look, man, if you feel like you're ready to move on and move forward, I'm proud of you, man. I'm happy for you. I hope that You can move forward in a positive way. Red Lightning, if you keep spamming, I'm going to take away your mod status, man. Like you're giving a bad name to the mod status here. It's like people are saying, "Hey, this mod is spamming. This mod is cursing." One more thing, man. I'm gonna have to take your mod status off again. Anyway, so I do want to share this with you guys. I do want to say that um, Benji says, "Oh yeah, me and the lads are going to the midnight premiere. You know, a lot of people owe me and my best friend a lot of money because we had to buy them tickets. Yeah, that's going to be the case with a lot of a lot of." You paused. That was the connection. Oh, my brain. Yeah, I paused. I did. Can I take the status? I think Donna the gamer should take the status here. Donna, I'm going to make you a mod because you are incredibly helpful on the channel, and I really appreciate it, man. All right, RB. Anyway, so like I was saying, guys, I do want to kind of share this bit with you as well, guys. That as I talk about rejection, as I talk about all these different things, one thing I did want to kind of share with you guys also, and a few of you guys do know, some of you do, some of you don't. My book, Embracing the Awkward, this is a big theme of this book, dealing with this kind of rejection and failure, learning to overcome and embrace the awkward and to move forward. Some of you guys know about my book, some of you don't, so I figured I'll just quickly mention it. You can order it over on Amazon. It's called Embracing the Awkward. In it, I talk about a bunch of different things like dealing with rejection, living a mindful path, taking control of your own life, understanding compassion. There's a lot in this book, I think, that breaks down how to kind of really succeed at school, life, and relationships. And I think it would be super helpful for you. So for those of you guys that have it, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the chat here. And for those of you that don't, check it out. Just search it up on Amazon, see if it's something that you're interested in, because it does kind of also consolidate a lot of the things I talk about. And I think it might be super helpful for you if you want to sit down, you want to read, and you want to digest how to kind of get over these nervous feelings that you may be experiencing. Super Kid says, I have that book. Donna the Gamer says, man, I keep forgetting to arrange how to get the signed version. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I have to figure out how to get you guys the signed versions. I have to figure out how to do that. We'll figure that out. Okay. Anyway, so the fire says, boo, get off YouTube. I have a feeling the fire is Red Lightning. And just another username. RB, I know your disguises, man. Anyway, so back to the fourth point, guys, as I was saying, lead the interaction towards going out on a date with them. A lot of people don't do this. I want to do another chat poll here because I'm curious to know what you guys have to say. Have you ever directly asked out your crush on a date? Meaning you've walked up to me and said, hey, what are you doing on Friday? Hey, let's go out sometime. Have you ever asked out your crush on a date? Yes or no in the chat right now, and hear what you guys have to say. I have a feeling a lot of you guys maybe haven't done that, but I'm curious to know who has. I want to hear your story. I want to hear what your situation is like. So, the ghost. Do I keep missing the ghost? Okay, so Josh R says not yet. Level 99 Commerce says yes, sir. All right, he's asked out his crush. Corey Mangan, no, I've never have. Roston says nope. Waffle, no. The ghost, no. Benji Leon says, damn, my friend is live streaming The Walking Dead. I don't want to leave the stream. Oof. MDH says no, too much of a wimp. Emmer Peterson says no, I'm not. I'm nervous to do that. The ghost says she's not into me right now. I don't know why I answer. I don't know why. Answer me, bro. So ghost, if she's not into you or she's not into you, then basically the best thing for you to do is to really just focus on getting to know her better. That's how you're going to know why and how whether or not she's into you. Ellie says yes. Then he said he wasn't ready for a relationship. Oh, Ellie, then you're definitely going to want to check out my video. Was my video yesterday, right? Or was it Friday? I always forget which ones I posted already. My video yesterday was all about if your crush is not ready for a relationship, try doing this. Check that out, Ellie. Alexander Moore says no. Donna the Gamer says no. Michael Pro says no, I didn't. A Gamer says no. Austin29 March says kind of. Justin Perez, yes. But after that, we haven't texted at all, and that was 4 months ago. Dylan says, yeah, but my friend is always around her. Okay. Here where you guys are coming from on that. Yeah. And Nija Williams says no. Okay. So, yeah, it sounds to me, guys, like Some of you have, some of you haven't. We're always kind of getting these mixed responses on the answer. So it's for the people who have asked out their crushes before. Like I said, you're going to want to focus on your second chance with them, but you're going to want to let them see. Can't check the video because it was a long time ago. I hear you on that. I hear you on that. So for the people who have asked out their crushes before and want to ask them out again, meaning this is your second chance with them, like I said, let them see your confident self. Let them see your personality shine through, and don't be afraid to just boldly ask them out. For the people who haven't asked out your crush before, meaning this would be the first time you're ever doing it, it's not so much a second chance as it is really a first chance. This is your first opportunity to put yourself out there, to go for it. Now, you have to ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen, right? Getting rejected, them saying no, them laughing in your face, them spreading rumors. There's a lot of potential things that can happen, right? And that fear alone tells you, oh, well, of course I'm not going to go for it then. But trust me on this. At the end of the day, by putting yourself out there, you will walk away with a much more valuable experience than if you don't. This is something I wish I knew when I was younger, because I held myself back from so many opportunities simply because I was afraid of what a person's answer was going to be. And if I only knew that by putting myself out there, I would learn from that experience, adapt, and be able to change how I approach people, and then get better as time goes on, then man, I would have looked at it a whole lot differently. Um, Benji says, "Oh, my friend is asking me to watch his stream. I'm so mean, but I'm staying here." Benji, thank you so much. I appreciate you sticking around. If your friend wants, let him know that I appreciate that he's streaming too, and good luck to him too. I hope his channel grows as well. Stress for You says, "I need help. My girlfriend is pushing me away when she is with her friends, but in class she's all over me and shows that she really likes me. I'm really confused." That's a good point, Stress for You. I think that if you're in a situation where your girlfriend is acting one way around her friends and another way around you, it might just be that she's embarrassed about what her friends are going to say if they see her being lovey-dovey with you, right? Her friends may be teasing her for being in a relationship, or she might just feel awkward or weird just kind of holding hands and kissing and doing all those things in front of people. So it's important to ask her why. That's something you may want to talk to her about, why she doesn't feel comfortable, and what you can do to make her feel way more comfortable in front of your friends. Maybe you guys limit the amount of PDA, public displays of affection, that you show, and you guys only hold hands, you guys only kiss, or you don't go crazy in front of the friends. Dono the Gamer says, I always have a crush on someone who's taken. I think it's a curse. Dono, I hear where you're coming from on that. Dono, you're definitely going to want to check out tomorrow's video, because tomorrow's video is all about that. It's all about, what do you do if your crush is dating someone and you're in that waiting process for them to break up? I talk about that and how to handle that time period that you're waiting for them. So Superkid says, Josh, can you answer me? Her friend said they break my neck if I like her. It puts me off. They are very protective of her, and she said she's really sorry, but she said she wants to make it up. So Superkid, I think that it sounds to me like her friends are dictating her life, right? Her friends, while they are protective, and I totally get that, if they're holding her back and if they're stopping her from talking to you and getting to know you better, well, then that's just not very fair. That's just not very fair to you. It's not very fair to her. So I think that you may want to talk to her and let her know that, to talk to her friends, to let them know that you're going to be respectful and you're not going to infringe on anyone's friendship in any way. Last Cheetah says, I'm almost always at the live streams, both YouTube and Insta. Thank you so much, Last Cheetah. I'm only not active on the Discord because I don't really have good advice to give and I don't have many problems. I've learned lots because of you. Thank you so much, Last Cheetah. I really appreciate it. And I really value you in this community, man. All right, so I'm going to jump into the fifth point now, guys, and then I'm going to kind of start to bring it all together here. So we talked about how to not screw up a second chance with your crush. It seems like some of you are still working on that first chance with your crush, which is okay because the rules still apply here. We talked about focusing on personal growth, putting that forward, not being resentful or angry at your crush simply because you don't know why they don't want to be with you, leading the interaction and asking them out, actually going for it, being confident, letting them see how much you've grown and changed over time. What is the fifth way to not screw it up, guys? That's to recognize if things don't work out, it's okay to let them go and move on. This is something that I'm going to say again and again and again, guys. If things don't work out with your crush, it's okay to let them go. Now, For those of you, I'm gonna just type the Discord here, guys. For those of you guys that want to join the Discord, just head on over to the joshpeaks.com/discord, and you guys can join. It's open to everyone. Anyway, so a lot of times when people get rejected by their crush, or their crush doesn't give them attention, or they're just not close with their crush, they tell themselves, well, I just have to keep doing things until eventually they'll like me, right? I have to keep changing myself. I have to keep approaching them. I have to keep pursuing them, and eventually they're going to like me. But that's not very fair to your crush, and it's also not very realistic, because a lot of times people's feelings may change, right? As you change and develop, they may get to know the new you, but a lot of times we think that we have control over other people's feelings, that if we work on ourselves, then they will automatically start to like us. And this is a bad way to go about operating. It's a bad way to think, because you're betting so much on your crush changing their perspective, rather than saying, hey, I'm going to work on myself, I'm going to grow as a person, and if they like me, if they kind of interact with me, if they want to date me, then I'm open to that. But if they're not, I'm going to be okay with letting them go. Now, here's a question I want to pose to you guys. It's a chat poll question. If your crush flat out told you that they didn't like you, they didn't want to date you, would you be okay with moving on and letting them go? Some of you guys, I'm sure, will say yes. Some of you will probably say no because you like your crush too much. But I'm curious to know what you guys really have to say. If your crush flat out told you, hey, I'm just not interested in you, would you be okay with just letting them go and moving on? Alexander Moore says, how long is the live stream? I'm going to end it at 6 p.m., so about 13 more minutes here. I usually do the YouTube live streams for about an hour. And then for those of you guys that don't know, I'm going to check to see what you guys are saying. Right after this live stream, I go live for my Instagram after party. So what that means is this. I go live over, if you guys aren't following me over on Instagram, you should definitely go do that. I'm at 3,912 followers. I'm almost at 4,000, so definitely go follow me over on Instagram. And the Instagram after party is where all the cool kids go, guys. It's right after this live stream. And basically, I invite you guys on. I video chat with you guys. It's more laid back, more casual. And it's just a lot of fun. So if you want to join that Instagram after party, you guys are all welcome to join. Just follow me over on Instagram and you'll get that notification. So let me see what some of you guys are saying. If your crush, back to the question, if your crush flat out told you that they don't like you, would you be okay with letting go of them and moving on? See what some of you guys had to say. Dominus says yep. Josh says yes. Donna the Gamer says yes. Level 99 says yeah. Dylan says probably. Emma says yes, I would. Dominus again says yeah, yes. Waffle says it would be hard, but sure. Ian Hines says I don't know. Vincent Vincent Monroe says you give us hope. Ellie says, I honestly don't know. I don't blame you. I don't blame you on that. Corey Mangan says, my crush never told me anything about not liking or liking me. Adrian says, no. Matthew says, it would take a little while, but yeah, I could. However, it depends how long you've liked them for. That's true. It does depend how long you've liked them. Waffle says, yes, I'd totally go. Jalen deleted Instagram. Jalen, why? All right, Jalen, maybe you could join us on the Discord then. A Gamer says, I wouldn't want to be with someone who doesn't like me. That's a very fair point. Last Cheetah says, not at first, but after time, I would move on. I hear you on that. The Ghost says, yep. Michael says, yes. Corey Mangan says, I probably couldn't move on. Phoenix says, yes, but not a strong yes. It would take a while. Ellie says, what if it's more than a crush? Interesting. So what if it's like a relationship or something like that? 5:49 p.m. where I am. Yep, 5:49 p.m. for me too. Michael says no. Vincent says LOL. Dominus LOL. Edgar says no. Nija says no. Edgar says bye. I have to go. Thanks for all the help. No problem, Edgar. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Vincent Monroe. I didn't call you a moron. I misread your name. Sorry about that. I read more. You know what I meant. Anyway, so it sounds like the majority of you guys would be okay with the idea of potentially moving on from your crush. That's a good thing, because a lot of times, and some of you that said no, that's okay too. It's hard. It's not easy. When you have such strong feelings for someone, it's not easy to just say, hey, look, this isn't going anywhere. I'm going to focus on other people. But when we talk about having a second chance with your crush, we're not just talking about a second chance at dating them. We're talking about a second chance for you to reevaluate the situation. So when I say I am not a bully, It was very clear that I misread that. Anyway, so like I was saying, guys, Mario says, thanks so much for everything. Watch your videos about a year and a half now. Learned so much and matured a lot. That's awesome, Mario. I'm super happy for you, man. So like I said, when we talk about second chances, what a second chance really means is it's a second opportunity for you to reevaluate your situation. So let me break that down a little bit. When I talk about reevaluating situation, I mean re-examining whether or not your crush is someone you actually want to pursue when you have grown as a person. So here's what happens sometimes too. When you like someone, maybe you're physically attracted to them. Maybe you think they're funny. Maybe you think they're cool. Maybe you just think they're just a fun person. They have an awesome personality. But you're in that state where you are anxious and you're nervous and you are insecure or you don't feel comfortable talking to them. You're just not where you want to be, but you like them. It's hard to make something happen. But now that time has passed, now that you've focused heavily on really just developing and growing and becoming a better person and putting that confidence on display, now that you've put that as your priority in life, when you talk to your crush, you need to say, hey, do I still like this person like I did back then? I've grown as a person. Have they grown as well? That's an important question to ask yourself when it comes to your crush. Because if your crush isn't at your level where you want to be, then it might make more sense to move on from them. So here's an example of that. Let's say you like your crush, and you ask them out, but they say they're not into you. They don't like you. They're not attracted to you. Time passes, you focus on self-development. Maybe you start working out, you start exercising, you get fit, you feel good, you feel confident. And your crush now is looking at you like, oh, wow, who's that person? They've changed. You have to ask yourself, hey, do I want to be with this person? They like me primarily because of my looks, but they don't know me that well. So should I give them the time of day? Should I try to make things work? That's your second chance. Your second chance is not just you trying to pine for your crush, but it's also you reevaluating your situation and your circumstances to see if your crush is someone you still want to pursue. Matthew says, oh no, Matthew pulled out some of the bananas there. I'm going to share my final thoughts in a second. Emmett says, guys, let Josh be himself. Let him do his job. Now I have to do a whole bullying campaign, guys, that it's like, Vincent's going to say, the Josh Speaks called me a moron. And that's it. That's it. I'm going to get dragged for that, guys. Anyway, so Neo Shark says, Josh, can you go on a tangent for me? I talked to a girl I like and she got red left. And then came back and just started nonstop talking to me and did it twice. What do you think? Look, if a girl's not responding to your messages, then the best thing is to talk to her in person. I've done a few videos on that. She's definitely checked those out. I break it down a little bit more. Extreme consequences are required, Josh. What are the extreme consequences, guys? All right, we'll do a quick chat poll. What are the extreme consequences for my slip up? Calling him a moron by accident. I feel bad. That wasn't, it was just I misread it. Anyway, Vincent Monroe says, what happens if you're not an attractive person? That's a good question, Vincent. If you feel like you're not an attractive person and you feel like your looks are the thing that's holding you back, and that's something you want to work on, then ask yourself, what looks-wise can you control? What can you work on? One of the things you might be able to work on is your physical appearance. Maybe you can exercise more. You can get fit. You can put on some muscle and stuff like that. Maybe you can get a different haircut or change your style of clothing. Like maybe you can grow a beard or grow facial hair if you want. There's a lot of different things that you can do. And I think that the opportunity for you to work on yourself shouldn't be limited to what you perceive as like, oh, I'm just an ugly person. It's, nothing I could do about that. So I want to jump into my final thoughts here, guys, as I start to bring the stream to a close in about a few minutes here. Capital punishment. Oh, no. Consequences are the bananas. Okay, I want to jump into my final thoughts here. And I think you guys kind of get where I'm going with all of this. When we talk about ways to not screw up a second chance with your crush, what we're really talking about is how do you develop yourself into the person that you want to be, so that when you finally do reapproach your crush, you are ready for them. You are ready to ask them out, ready to make it happen. How do you go about doing that? Well, I would recommend watch my videos, right? I break down a lot of these points. I talk a lot about this, guys. I try my best to give you the key points and the steps that you should be taking so that you can feel confident in who you are. In fact, I want you guys, I'm going to share it again here, guys, but my book, Embracing the Awkward, is something that definitely breaks this down. If you're interested in checking out the book, it's available on Amazon. Just type up Embracing the Awkward. I'll type out the link right here for you guys too. But um, I think that it could be super helpful for you guys if you are someone that likes to read and you want to kind of broken down step by step, chapter by chapter. I break down how to really kind of recognize the fact that you are a person that brings something so much to the table and you can make things work with your crush. You just need to take those initial steps and start working on yourself slowly, day by day, guys. Let's see what some of you guys are saying here. Quentin says, how do you get a lot of girls? Quentin, I think the key to getting a lot of girls is you need to kind of put yourself out there and meet a lot of people. It isn't a matter of every single girl you meet, you're going to date. It's more a matter of meet lots and lots of girls and you have a lot more opportunities there. Dominus says, Josh, you're a good person to talk to if a person needs help. Thank you, Dominus. I try my best to be as helpful as I can be. Emma says, is your book on Kindle or an audiobook? The book is available on Kindle as well. You could download, Amazon has the ebook as well. I haven't done the audiobook yet. That's something I'm working on. I'm putting together that audiobook, so hopefully I'll have that ready for you guys at some point soon. Vincent Monroe, notice how I said Monroe there, says, will you upload this video on YouTube? I think you should because it was funny how you call me more. Vincent, this video will definitely be on my channel. In fact, I'll even timestamp the moment that I said that so that you can go back and say, there it is, guys. That's when he screwed up. But yeah, so that's generally my point. My advice there, guys. I would check out the book if you think it'll be something that's helpful for you. But overall, if you really want to succeed at your second chance with your crush and really make it work, guys. Did I say moron again? I don't even know what I said. I'm gonna have to watch the replay, guys. If you really want to make it work, you need to start working on yourself. So less than 0.01% of your subs are watching the stream. That's true. Yeah, I mean the subs is kind of a figure. Oh, did I press something? Subscribers is kind of a figure that doesn't really mean much anymore. So it's all about your reach and how much YouTube puts the reach out there. So I want to do a quick chat poll here now to kind of, as we get to the end here, guys. Do you feel like the 5 steps that I mentioned were helpful? I want every single person watching the stream right now to just jump in the chat and just share your thoughts, yes or no. Was there something that I said, something specific that I mentioned that stuck with you, that made you sit there and go, okay, yeah, that's something I want to work on? Any specific advice that you felt was helpful to you guys? Let me know. If you found this to be helpful, write yes or no in the chat. Donna the Gamer says yes. Roston says 100%. Last Cheetah says yes. Superkid says yes. Phoenix, yes. Hentai says hello. Hello, Hentai. Corey says, yeah, I thought they were okay. Cool, cool. MDH Gamer says, yeah, they were helpful. Waffles says, absolutely, you're the greatest, man. Hentai, just silence. Dominus says, can you do a video about dating apps? Absolutely, Dominus. I think that'll be a great topic. Josh says, yes, but not for me because I'm not in that situation. I hear you on that. A Gamer says, yes. What stuck with me is the word more. Me bullying Monroe. That's fair. That's fair. Nija says yes. Emma Peterson says yes. These tips are helpful. Jalen says for the time that I was here, yes. Ellie says yes. Corey says yeah. Okay. ZN Wolf says I'm gonna have to rewatch the chat that I came in late, so I'll say yes because you give the best tips. Thank you so much. ZN Wolf, yeah, check out the replay when it goes up. I'll have the timestamps up. Hentai says yeah, boy. Dominus thumbs up. A Gamer says any anxiety advice? A Gamer, definitely. I have a few videos on anxiety. My one quick tip would be this. Download an app like Calm. Calm is a meditation app. It's something I use daily, and it helps me kind of calm myself down, be in the present moment, and deal with any kind of anxiety and nervousness I deal with. It's a free app, so download it. I use it every single day. Just a quick thing I wanted to share there. All right, guys. So thank you so much. I do want to kind of bring this to a close here because I'm going to be jumping over on Instagram. If you guys aren't following me over on Instagram, you need to go do that like right now. Typing in here, Instagram.com/JoshSpeaks. Follow me over on Instagram, guys, for the Instagram after party. That's the stream that follows right after this one. It's more laid back, it's more chill. All the cool kids are there. It's a lot of fun. 1 hour does go by fast, Dano. You're absolutely right on that. Guys, follow me over on Instagram. Join the Instagram after party. I hope these tips were helpful. If you have a question that I didn't get to answer, leave it as a comment when this video gets posted, and I will definitely respond to it there, guys. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up. Let me know, guys, and I will catch you over on Instagram. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you over there. Cue the bananas. I forgot to cue the bananas. Let the bananas roll. All right, guys. Catch you over on Instagram. As always, love and peace. See you guys there.